Punjab in the early 1990s was a state in flames. Militancy, assassinations, bombings, and fear defined daily life. The state was collapsing, bleeding from 1,000 cuts. Into this storm stepped one man, Beant Singh, to some. He is the savior who pulled Punjab back from the brink of total anarchy. To others, he is remembered as its most feared and ruthless ruler. This is the story of power, pain, and a province caught between survival and its own conscience. In 1992, elections were held under the shadow of constant violence. The threat was so severe that most major political parties boycotted the polls entirely. Voter turnout was historically low, a clear sign of the deep-seated fear gripping the population. Yet, from this controversial election, a government was formed. Singh became the chief minister of Punjab. His mission was singular and uncompromising: crush the militancy, restore order at any cost, and reclaim Punjab for the Indian state. He gave the police unprecedented power, making law and order the absolute priority. Above all else, the return of the state had begun. Under the leadership of the Punjab Police, security operations intensified dramatically. The state adopted an iron fist policy. Later, human rights organizations, journalists, and civil society groups would document widespread and horrifying allegations, stories of extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, and civilian casualties became tragically common. Countless Sikh families still maintain that innocent loved ones were swept up in the counterinsurgency dragnet, never to be seen again. Former officials have since acknowledged that aggressive and counter policies were not just tolerated, but actively encouraged and often rewarded within the police force. Supporters of Beant Singh argue that these harsh, uncompromising measures were a necessary evil. They believe these actions saved Punjab from spiraling into a full-blown civil war. Critics, however, argue that this approach permanently scarred the state's soul. Peace did return to Punjab, but for many, it was a peace built upon a foundation of unresolved grief and deep injustice. The rough decision associated with his tenure refers to his government's use of stringent anti-insurgency measures and the alleged widespread human rights abuses, including fake encounters, abductions, and extrajudicial killings by the police under the Director General of Police, KPS. Gill. These actions were highly controversial, with human rights organizations and critics condemning them as a license for the police to act as judge, jury, and executioner of innocent people. Then came the day that changed Punjab forever. On the 31st of August, 1995, Beant Singh was assassinated. A powerful suicide bombing tore through his motorcade just outside the high-security Punjab Secretariat in Chandigarh. The attack was carried out by perpetrator Dilawar Singh Babar. The suicide bomber, mastermind, Jagtar Singh Hawara. Conspirators, Balwant Singh Rajwana was a prominent conspirator and helped plan the attack, leading to his conviction and death sentence. The subsequent investigation and trials led to the conviction of several individuals for their roles in the conspiracy, including Paramjit Singh Bira, Jagtar Singh Tara, Lakhwinder Singh, Gurmeet Singh, Shamsher Singh, and Nasib Singh. For many Sikh families, this moment was not an isolated act of terror. The preceding years of intense counterinsurgency operations had carved deep, painful wounds into Punjab's soul. The allegations of fake encounters, disappearances, and the deaths of innocent people had created a reservoir of anger and despair. To some, the assassination was seen as an act of retaliation, born from years of accumulated grief and what they perceived as state-sponsored injustice. To others, it was another tragic chapter in an endless, brutal cycle of violence. What remains undeniable is the devastating price Punjab paid, a price felt on all sides of the conflict. So, how does history judge Beant Singh? Was he a hero who single-handedly saved Punjab from complete disintegration, or was he a ruler whose methods violated the very soul of democracy? The verdict remains deeply divided. He accomplished what few thought was possible. He crushed a powerful militancy and restored order to a state on the verge of collapse. But the human cost of his methods remains one of modern India's most painful and contentious debates. the legacy is complex, and the pain is real. In the end, Beant Singh was a man who ruled when perhaps no one else could or would. He made decisions that history forced upon him, but history, in turn, will never stop questioning the cost of those decisions. He saved Punjab from chaos, but in doing so, he left behind scars that still ache today, decades later. History will likely never reach a final, unanimous verdict on Beant Singh. But one thing is certain: Punjab will never, ever forget him. This documentary is created for educational and informational purposes. All information is based on publicly available historical records, court documents, news reports, and scholarly research. Thank you for watching Mount Entertainment. Please like, share, and subscribe for more real stories of power, pain, and politics.